Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to another presentation of high school baseball on the Region Sports Network. Today on the Key 90.5 FM and streaming worldwide on the internet at regionsports.com. We come to you today from Griffith High School as the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers present the Munster Mustangs taking on the Griffith Panthers. I'm Chris Ramirez. I'll have the play-by-play for today's game. And joining me with the color analysis is the one and only Nathan Laird. Good afternoon, Nathan.
Good afternoon, Chris. Looking forward to today's ball game. Should be a real good one out here at Griffith High School. Munster Mustangs coming in off a victory over these Griffith Panthers last night. Time for Griffith to get some revenge.
Yeah, game 2 of the series here. The way they're doing it, for anybody not familiar, a recent format change in the schedule versus the old way of once early in the season at home, once later on the season on the road, or vice versa. Now it's back-to-back games. The entire NCC conference does it for all conference games, and Duna will be picking it up next year. I think the Greater Athletic, one of those two, Greater South Shore, I believe.
They've done it for a couple years now.
And it's quite popular in Illinois and several other states as well. We'll talk about it as the day goes on. Nathan, I'll make my feelings known. I think there's positives and negatives to it for the game of high school baseball, but it's the way we're going to do it. And again, with the Duna joining next year, it's the wave of the future. So, yeah, beautiful day for baseball out here, Nathan. There hadn't been a whole lot of days this nice on the season, but today, blue sky, not a cloud up there, so we're going to have baseball. Originally, this game scheduled for a 7 o'clock first pitch, but it's been moved up to a 5 o'clock first pitch, so we're just a couple of minutes away here from getting things started.
Yeah, I believe they moved it because they had a parade earlier this afternoon to celebrate the accomplishments of the Griffith boys basketball team, who were the state runners-up in Class 3A this past season. So they had a parade go from the Franklin Center here by the high school, and a couple of these members of this Griffith High School baseball team were also on that basketball team, and they were able to participate in that as well.
He's Nathan Laird. I'm Chris Ramirez. High school baseball coming at you next here, courtesy of the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. We're going to take a timeout right now. When we come back, we'll have the Strachan Van Til starting lineups for today's ball game. Again, live action just around the corner right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to be contributing members of the community here in Northwest Indiana. Your local Chevy dealers also pride themselves on their commitment to help you find a vehicle of your choice at a Chevy dealer near you. Our website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. Once again, that's ChevyDriveChicago.com. We look forward to serving you. Chevy runs deep.
Crowell Companies, our customers are more than just numbers on a ledger or anonymous people who sign up online. Our customers are the families we see at the ball fields, the grocery store, and all around the community. That's because for nearly 50 years, the Crowell Companies have been part of the community right here in Northwest Indiana, offering personalized custom services that only a local company can provide. For home, auto, and business insurance, it's the Crowell Companies, 923-2131. And online at crowellinsurance.com. The Crowell Companies, home of the insurance superheroes.
Strachan Van Til is a full-service grocery and fresh food store committed to the complete satisfaction of you, our customers. We provide you with a friendly shopping experience in a clean, safe environment. Strachan Van Til remains dedicated to the communities we serve by supporting organizations and events that enhance the quality of life, like Region High School Sports on WRTW 90.5 FM The Key. To learn more about Strachan Van Til, we are on the web at strachanvantil.com. Quality service and selection. It's a Strachan Van Til thing.
Morris Baseball and Softball Center, a new baseball and softball development program in Northwest Indiana, provides instruction for aspiring athletes. The staff at Morris Baseball and Softball Center has over 95 years of combined professional experience, and they provide instruction which includes game-tested methods used by major league teams. Located inside Omni 41 in Schererville, Morris Baseball and Softball provides disciplined, well-organized practices and places players at highly competitive opportunities to achieve success. For more information on Morris Baseball and Softball, the phone number is 227-5250, and the website is morrisbaseballcenter.com.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM The Key.
Welcome back to another Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers presentation of high school baseball here on the Region Sports Network and The Key 90.5 FM. WRTW on the web at regionsportsradio.com. Nathan Laird with me. I'm Chris Ramirez. It's time now to take a look at the Strachan Van Til starting lineups for today's ball game. We'll start with the visiting Munster Mustangs. Connor Manis will lead things off. He's the pitcher in today's ball game. That's the Miami Hurricane-bound Connor Manis. Grant Rademacher is the second baseman. He'll also hit second in today's game. Joe Bryant plays left and hits third. Trevor Brooks will hit cleanup, and he's at first base. The catcher is Alex Miss, hitting fifth. Tom DeCero is in the sixth position, playing third base. Nick Fromm is in center, hitting seventh. Mike Schumlis is the DH. He'll be batting in the eighth position for the shortstop, Mike Madura, and Patrick Burke is the right fielder, and he will hit ninth in today's ball game. For the homestanding Griffith Panthers, looking to get on the winning track for the first time in a couple of weeks, Amir Wright will lead things off, and he'll play right field. Robbie Hernandez hits second and catches. Josh Terzariel is the center fielder. Josh will hit third. Anthony Quintero plays first and hits cleanup. Brett Tauber is the pitcher in today's ball game. He'll hit fifth. Julian Rutherford hits sixth and plays second base. Matt Pataki is the designated hitter for the left fielder, Brian Smith. Denny Colombs, up from the JV squad, gets a start at third base, hitting eighth. And Joey Martocchio it is, will play shortstop and hit ninth. Those are the Strachan Van Til starting lineup. Strachan Van Til, built around you. All right, Nathan, get a little bit of a preview in on today's ball game here. You wrote the one for regionsports.com. Anybody who hasn't seen it, go there and check it out on our Region Sports game page. Nathan, Griffith, the home team here in the ball game, coming off a 10-0 loss yesterday, and in the middle of a, well, we don't know if it's the middle, but at least it's in the process of a long, tough streak for this ball club here going back a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they better hope it's not the middle, because this is a 6-game losing streak so far for the Griffith Panthers. Last Monday, they defeated the Andrean 59ers, move up to 6-1 on the year. Things were looking great for them. They've since dropped 6 straight, and over that time span, they've given up 68 runs. So the pitching has not been good as of late for the Griffith Panthers. That includes yesterday's 10-0 loss. They also lost 17-4 to Highland last week in a game you heard right here on the Region Sports Network. The offense outside of yesterday's game hasn't been bad at all. They've scored over 40 runs during that span, but Cody Hosey out of the lineup once again, bound for Tulane after his career at Griffith High School ends. That's a huge bat in the middle of that order that they are missing. They're going to be missing him once again here today. And as you mentioned, the pitcher they're facing, Connor Manis, heading for the University of Miami. It's going to be a tough one to break that losing streak, but it's going to be important for the top of that Griffith order. Amir Wright, hitting over 500, very fast at the top of that lineup. Robbie Hernandez out of the catcher spot has some speed. He's hitting over 400 as well. Terzariel and Quintero can also get on base. It's that top four of that Griffith lineup that's really got to get the job done today and get to Connor Manis.
Yeah, that's definitely a Christensen Chevrolet keys to the game here is the top of that lineup. One reason that Griffith needs the success at the top of the lineup, they got to score runs, Nathan. It's not so much the pitching that has been a problem for them, but talking to both the Griffith side and the Munster side here, defense has been a problem for this club, including yesterday with 3 critical errors.
Yeah, over the last 5 games, and that's part of that 6-game losing streak. They've given up 13 errors. It's crucial in both losses to Highland last week. So defense has to be good behind starting pitcher Brett Tauber today.
Starting lineups being announced here by the PA man at Griffith High School. That would be the one and only Don Doctor here. We're just a few minutes away right now from first pitch here. Brian Jennings and Bob Schinken are out at home plate now, talking to the home plate and base umpire in today's ball game. Nathan, do we have that from the PA, who the umps will be in today's game?
Do not.
All right, we'll try to get that for you and pass it along here. Beautiful day for a baseball game out here, as we mentioned earlier, and we haven't had many of them. So hopefully sit back and enjoy the next couple hours here. Munster and Griffith, throw out the records anyway. It's just a big rivalry game, big conference game here between these two. Munster sort of the uptown team, Griffith sort of the downtown team. Russ Radke played this rivalry well for years here and kind of set the tone for the two communities, Munster and Griffith, whenever they get together.
That was always one of the hardest weeks of practice, was Munster week. Always one of the hardest weeks.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? If you're Griffith, it's a good rival to have. Both teams are rivals with Highland, but there's just something about the Munster-Griffith rivalry that's a little special and doesn't matter what sport it's in. But certainly baseball, with the success these two programs have had over the years, you expect when they get together it's going to be a good ball game, and it usually is.
Yeah, both these teams have had consistent baseball programs over the last couple of decades. Football's been up and down for both. Basketball has been up and down for Griffith, mostly up for Munster since Mike Hackett has been there, but baseball has for both schools has been very, very consistent. So it's good rivalry in the NCC.
Yeah, unlike region football and basketball of late, baseball is one sport that has stability at the head coaching position, and certainly with these two, you're looking at it. Bob Schinken, I've lost track of his totals, probably in the 600 win range by now. Recent inductee into the Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame, the state champion in 2002. Brian Jennings at 300 and counting, so 900 plus for these two, and they've been around a long, long time. It's time now for the national anthem. If I didn't know better, I'd say that was the Griffith High School marching band out there, Nathan, with a fine rendition of our national anthem. I recognize the home plate umpire. I believe he's the football official, Nathan. I believe that is Rick Parker out there, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll take your word for it.
We'll see if we can't get that from the guys to our left here. Griffith now on the field defensively. Let's take a look at the Strachan Van Tilt defensive alignment for the homestanding Panthers. It's Brian Smith, Josh Terzariel, and Amir Wright, left center and right. Denny Colombs, Joey
Martosio,
Julian Rutherford, and Anthony Quintero, the infield third to first. The right-hander, tall right-hander, Brett Tauber on the mound. Robbie Hernandez is the catcher for Griffith, who come in 6-7 on the season, 3-4 in the conference. And as we said, in the midst of a two-game losing streak right now, that they're going to try to end the day against the Mustangs.
Dropped the last one here at home last week, and like I mentioned, game you heard on the Region Sports Network, 17-4 to the Highland Trojans, a game they were leading 4-1 after just one inning.
Connor Manis is going to lead things off. He's the pitcher in today's ball game for Bob Schinken and the Mustangs, heading to the University of Miami down in Florida after this season. Bit of a legacy here at Munster. You may not know this, Nathan, but his father, Perry Manis, one of the great athletes in Munster history, still has his name dotted all over the Munster football record book.
I did not know that.
Three-sport star at Munster back in the day, graduating in 1985. Played basketball, football, and baseball over there.
It's not often you see the pitcher as the leadoff hitter in a lineup, but Connor Manis on the season hitting .364, but more important than that, his on-base percentage, .543. That's exactly what you want at the top of the order, a guy who can get on base, come around to score. You
know, I went to school with Perry's dad. He's a couple years behind me. That's how I know so much about him. But so people from school often ask, you know, they hear Connor's going to the University of Miami, and people ask me that we went to school with. Really, is he that good? What's he built like? Is he, you know, because Perry, his dad, is not a big guy, but is a great athlete, and you just don't associate it. You know, you think of the University of Miami, you think of big, strong, strapping athletes. Connor doesn't necessarily fit in that category, but he is a great baseball player, and he's been committed there for quite some time.
He committed there last year, I believe.
First pitch just about on the way. There it is. Strike one over inside corner at the knees to Connor Manis from Brett Tauber. We are underway out here at Griffith High School. Wind blowing out to right, but pretty calm here. Great conditions for baseball. Ground ball, two-hopper right to the shortstop. He has it, bobbles it. It's going to be a leadoff error, and the problems continue for the Griffith defense. Put an E6 down on that play. A routine ground ball Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see because it's the radio, but when I tell you that ball hopped right into his glove, that's what I'm talking about. The problem was in the transition from glove to throwing hand. And a leadoff base runner for Munster. That'll bring up Grant Rademacher, the second baseman, starting pitcher in yesterday's ball game. From the stretch, here's Tauber. Slide step in the pitch, misses outside. How quickly that can change the dynamics of an inning. Instead of nobody on and one out, you've got your pitcher now working from the stretch with a runner on and the heart of the order coming up and nobody out. Manis has his lead. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Out of play, third base side. That's why I parked my car an extra 40 yards down, Nathan, from where I had originally had it.
I was not that smart. My car is in danger.
Well, that will not be an expense the company's going to write off, Nathan, I want you to know.
Oh.
Here's the pitch. Fly ball, right field. Right fielder has a beat on it, makes the catch. A line smash to right, but it is caught and retired by Amir Wright.
Left fielder, number 1.
Manis stays at first base. A well-hit line drive, but right at the right fielder. Now that'll bring up Joe Bryant, number 3 hitter and left fielder for the Mustangs. Bryant wears number 1, a right-handed hitter. Munster, black and red uniforms as you might expect, but this year going with the camouflage jersey that's popular in a lot of places. Here's the stretch, the pitch. Gets out in front of it and smashes a grounder foul down third base in front of the Munster dugout.
Joe Bryant on the season, hitting .641. He also has 2 of Munster's 3 total home runs.
Well, with those kind of numbers, he might get mistaken for Chris Bryant, the guy on the north side getting all the publicity. Manis goes, hit and run is on, ground ball foul again in front of the Munster dugout. 0-2 the count now to the number 3 hitter Bryant. Trevor Brooks is on deck. He'll be followed by the catcher, Alex Miss. That's a name you remember, a former Region Sports football peak performer, Nathan, and Alex Miss.
Had some nice performances as a running back for Leroy Marsh's Mustangs.
And we'll comment on that in a moment. From the stretch, here's Tauber. Has the sign, the kick and the pitch. Fly ball, well hit, left field. Left fielder, center fielder on the run. They're not going to get it. It hits the wall. Manis rounds third. He'll score easily. It's going to be a double, maybe a triple to throw to third. Safe at third. Griffith had a little trouble with the relay throw coming in from the outfield to the shortstop. The bobble there a lot, which was right in front of Bryant, who was looking at it. He saw it, continued on to third base. He makes it, give him the RBI. Scoring Connor Manis. It's 1-0. I think we're going to score that a double and an error, aren't we, guys? Or do you got something different down there?
I think that's the consensus here.
All right, that'll be E6 if I saw it right then. A double and an error on the shortstop. 2 in the inning now. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. He's got it, looks at first. Now he's got the runner from third in a rundown. He's going to tag Bryant out. Oh, a base running gaffe, big time by Munster. A routine grounder back to the pitcher who looked at the base runner at third, froze him, then ran right at him rather than throwing to first. A very smart play, Nathan.
Yeah, and as heads up as the base running was by Joe Bryant on that double that he was able to extend to third base, that was just a base running gaffe by him right there. He saw Tauber turn his head to look to throw to first and didn't.
One unassisted, Nathan. How often do you put that in the book for an out at third?
You don't see that too often.
Runner at first now. Pitch outside, gets away from the catcher.
Batter is the catcher, number 7, Alex Smith.
Well, how are you going to score that? Wild pitch, or are you going to call that a pass ball, Nathan? We got Trevor Brooks at the plate. Check that, Alex Smith at the plate. Trevor Brooks is the runner at second now. He reached on the fielder's choice. Alex Smith, a right-hander, runner in scoring position now. 2 out. Popped up on the infield, right behind second base, right at second base. The shortstop, Martosio, has it, makes the catch to end the inning, but not before the Panthers, or rather the Mustangs, score a run. They do it on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 man left. We will go to the bottom of the first. It's Munster 1, Griffith nothing here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois.
Concussions occur when trauma to the head or spine temporarily interferes with brain function. Seeking medical care as soon as possible is important in making a full recovery and reduces the risk of developing long-term problems. The concussion clinics at Community Hospital in Munster and St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart have a team of medical professionals experienced in evaluating and treating concussions. If you have a head or neck injury, don't wait. Head to the experts. For a head injury on the field, the court, or the ice, the phone number of the concussion clinics is 219-836-4461. Over the past 65 years, Enbridge has become a leader in the safe and reliable delivery of energy in North America. Enbridge is proud to be recognized by Selective as one of the Global 100 most sustainable corporations in the world. Enbridge is also proud to be a part of the community of Griffith and Northwest Indiana and wishes best of luck to both teams in today's game. For more information on Enbridge's projects and commitment to community outreach, the website is enbridge.com. Enbridge, life takes energy.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
And welcome back into the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school baseball live from Griffith. Well, it's live if you're listening to us on the internet. If you're catching us on tape delay on The Key, of course, you're hearing it after the fact. Nathan Laird is with me. I'm Chris Ramirez. Griffith trails Munster 1-0 as Griffith comes up in the bottom half of the first inning.
And really, it could be a lot worse for the Griffith Panthers. Some base running mistakes there by the Munster Mustangs cost him at least probably one more run.
Absolutely. A runner at third and less than 2 out. You get caught like that. It really kind of killed the inning, which is good for Griffith. Now they got an opportunity here to try to tie this thing up. Connor Manis on the mound. Amir Wright is the hitter. Left-hander leads things off, takes strike one from Manis on the outside corner. The Strachan Van Til starting lineup looks like this. It's Amir Wright, Robbie Hernandez, and Josh Truzariel. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul. Following Truzariel, it'll be Anthony Quintero, Brett Tauber, and Julian Rutherford hitting 4, 5, and 6. Matt Pataki, Denny Colombs, and Joey Martosio hit 7th, 8th, and 9th, respectively.
And this is a matchup I was really looking forward to watching, is Connor Manis versus Amir Wright. Amir Wright out of his leadoff spot hitting .522 on the year for the Griffith Panthers. He's a key part of this offense. Off-speed
pitch, grounder to short, perfect hop at the lip of the grass, over to first in time. Score that one 6-3 on the putout. That's Mike Madura to Trevor Brooks. Let's take a look at the Strachan Van Til defensive alignment for the Mustangs. Joe Bryant, Nick Fromm, and Patrick Burke left, center, and right. Tom DeSera, Mike Madura, Grant Rademacher, and Trevor Brooks are the infield from third to first, with the right-hander Connor Manis on the mound, and Alex Miss is the catcher in today's ball game. Stepping up here, it's Robbie Hernandez. He takes ball one outside from Connor Manis. Robbie Hernandez, a right-handed hitting catcher, wears number 2 on his back. Breaking pitch, inside, right on the inside corner for a strike. Nice break, late break on that one.
Got some numbers on Connor Manis here. This is his 5th start of the season. He's 3-0. He's got an ERA of 1.16. In 18 innings pitched, he's only allowed 12 base runners total.
Here's a pitch, fly ball, left center, left fielder, center fielder come over. Center fielder calls him off. I think the left fielder made the catch, actually. He did. There I go, assuming, Nathan, just because the center fielder's the captain of the defense, that he was going to make that play. The left fielder said, I'll take it.
And you were
that
right.
was Joe Bryant.
You were right on that. The center fielder was calling him off the entire way. That was Nick Fromm, and Joe Bryant wanted to take that one himself.
2 out in the inning. That'll bring up Josh Truzariel, the center fielder. Pitch inside, misses him for a ball. Anthony Quintero, the first baseman, on deck. Fastball swung on and missed. Truzariel now in a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Anthony Quintero, a name you might recall from basketball. Fly ball, out of play, right field.
Same with Josh Truzariel.
Yep. Both a part of that team. Yep. Went downstate, of course. Finished 2nd in Class 3A just about a month ago. Matter of fact, what's the date? I believe it was a month ago today. Here's the pitch. Down low in the dirt for a ball. Counts even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Bottom of the first, 1-0 if you're just joining us. Munster grabs a lead on an unearned run in the first. That's been the story of Griffith lately. Defensive miscues have really hurt the ball club. They put them in a hole against a good club today.
Cesariel's doing a nice job working the count here against Connor Mattis. Got it to a 3-2 count here.
Kicking the pitch. Out of play, right side once again. This game originally scheduled to be played under the lights, but it was moved up to a 5 o'clock start. Not exactly sure if that was in relation to the basketball parade earlier or not.
I believe it was.
There's a pitch inside for a ball. Griffith has its first base runner. Josh Terzariel on first with a walk.
Anthony Quintero.
And now Q is coming up here. Q, as he was known over the winter. Anthony Quintero. Is he the point guard, Nathan, if I got that right?
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard.
3-point
right.
shooting specialist.
Yep. Long-range bomber.
Hitting .294 on the baseball season.
Quick throw to first by Manis. The runner dives back in safe. What's he hitting?
.294. Got a .444 on base percentage.
Manis from the stretch. Breaking ball over for a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 1 on, 1-0 our score. Munster leads. Quick throw over to first. Terzariel had a little trouble with his footing and dives back in. Looked like he slipped as he dove in head first and just got back in time in front of the throw. Another quick throw by Manis.
That's a real quick move by Connor Mattis. You don't see high school players usually with that kind of move over to first.
Terzariel was just a few feet off on that last one and barely got back in. And nice. Sort of got Terzariel flinching over at first base. There's a pitch over for a strike. He caught Terzariel as Terzariel had just touched first and was coming off of the bag, and another quick throw, and it almost had him. Now he's close to the bag, is Terzariel. He's lost at least a step, I think, on that lead. Manis steps off. Brett Tauber, the pitcher, is on deck. Terzariel has his lead. Gets a little extra lead this time. Pitch up high for a ball. Absolutely gorgeous day for a ball game here, but a late arriving crowd, we'll call it. Not sure how many people were aware that we're
playing at 5 instead of 7.
Right. I think we'll have people showing up about 6:30 tonight. Of course, Griffith with lights as of last year. Brian Jennings, that is, the Griffith manager or head coach, trying to get in as many night games as he can.
Just hasn't worked so far this year. Last week's Highland game, this week's game.
Terzariel goes, pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Alex Miss, but the runner is safe at second. Terzariel now in scoring position with a stolen base. Pitch was in the dirt. A nice stop by Alex Miss back there. Sets up an RBI opportunity with 2 out for Quintero.
Quintero's got 6 of them on the year.
Oh, breaking ball, a knee buckler that had Quintero backing out of the box, and he knew he was doomed. Strike 3 looking, that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. At the end of 1 complete, it's Munster 1, Griffith nothing. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hey, it's Tara for Christensen Chevy. Christensen Chevrolet is a local family-owned and operated Chevrolet dealership celebrating over 60 years in the community, serving all of Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland. If you stop in, you can see why families and businesses have put their trust in us for generations. At Christensen, we have an enormous inventory of new Chevys with all of your favorite models in stock, ready for immediate delivery, because that's the Christensen way. We're Christensen Chevrolet, proud sponsor of our great local high school athletic programs on Indy Boulevard in Highland, or visit ChristiansenChevy.com.
Sports in the region are about tradition, and since 1946, Berry Brothers in Hammond has built a tradition of quality and service. With a professionally trained sales staff, Berry Brothers offers a selection of quality American-made work boots, safety shoes, and apparel. Located on Indianapolis Boulevard, a half-mile north of Interstate 94, Berry Brothers is devoted to providing exceptional service to ensure the satisfaction of every customer. Berry Brothers is open 7 days a week, and gift certificates are available. The website is berrybros.com.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network. and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
Welcome back into this Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school baseball here on the Region Sports Network and the Key 90.5 FM, as well as RegionSportsRadio.com with Nathan Laird. I'm Chris Ramirez. You know what, Nathan? I have been neglectful in my duties here and have not read our billboard of sponsors, and I will get to that ASAP. Brett Tauber, the right-hander on the mound. He's facing the leadoff hitter, third baseman Tom DeCero for Munster. Line smash down the left field line, fair ball. Left fielder comes over. DeCero takes the turn. He's headed for second. He'll make it with a stand-up double on the first pitch of the second inning.
As soon as that one came off the bat, you knew DeCero was going to have at least two, and it went into the corner there, kind of died a little bit before the left fielder Brian Smith was able to get over there and stand-up double. Great way to start an inning for the Munster Mustangs.
Due up here, Nick Fromm, Mike Zumlas, and Patrick Burke in the Strachan Van Til batting order here for the Munster Mustangs. First baseman in on the grass, expecting the bunt. Let's see if they get it. The pitch inside to Nick Fromm, the center fielder, right-handed hitter. Well, he had the first baseman up about halfway between first and home, but the third baseman all the way back near the outfield. If I'm bunting that way. High hopper, pitcher has it on the mound. He'll look at second, freeze the runner, throw to first, and get the out. So Fromm is retired. Score that 1-3 on the putout. DeCero stays at second. And that brings up the designated hitter, Mike Shumlis. He hits for Mike Madura, the shortstop.
Brett Tauber's been busy defensively on the mound so far.
He has
in the early portions of this game.
From the stretch, here's the kick and the pitch, off speed. Ooh, nice pitch. Must have caught the just the very tip of the front corner, the outside portion of the plate there.
Some real nice break on that pitch there by Tauber. Shumlis was completely fooled.
Tauber looks at second, now throws. Pitch down low for a ball. That'll even it up at 1-1. Stay tuned after the ball game. We'll name the Crowell Insurance Lantern Man superhero of the ball game. We'll mention candidates as they emerge throughout the ball game as well. Pitch inside for a ball. Count goes to 2-1 to Shumlis. He is the number 8 hitter for Bob Schinken. Patrick Burke, the number 9 hitter on deck, and then it's the top of the order. With one out, I think Tauber would rather get out of this without seeing Manis again this inning. There's a pitch outside. Count goes to 3-1. Bob Schinken, assisted ably for years by first base coach Jeff Rosen. But the real key to the success was added this season, just recently. Line smash up the middle. Center fielder comes in. Big mistake. It goes over his head. It's going to roll for a while. One run is in, and it'll be a stand-up double for the number 8 hitter, Shumlis. 2-0 now as DeCero comes around to score. That'll be credited as an RBI double all the way, Nathan, but you and I know that that was as much a mental error as anything.
Yeah, right off the bat, Josh Tazariel totally misread that ball. He took 2 or 3 steps in before he realized it was hit harder than he initially thought and not able to backtrack in time.
The defensive woes continue for the Panthers. I don't know if he'd have got that anyway, but those are the toughest ones. Those line drives hit right at you as an outfielder, but whether they're tough or not, you're still expected to make those plays. And that got the better of Josh, so the run scores all the way from first. Oh, check that. The run, DeCero was on second with a double, so he could have walked in on that one. Another runner at second here. 2-0 our score. Fly ball, right field. Right fielder goes over near the line. Has it, throws in. The runner will hold at second base. So Shumlis stays at second. Patrick Burke is retired on a fly ball to right field, and that brings up Connor Manis, who reached in the first on an error and then came around to score. An RBI opportunity, a chance for Connor Manis to help his own cause. Baseball has so many great terms and cliches.
Yeah.
Helping your own cause is one of them, Nathan.
I like that one. That's one that even though you say it in every situation like that, I don't feel it's overused, though.
Definitely not in this situation. He's got an opportunity to give his team a 3-run lead here. Fly ball, right field, down the line. First baseman gives chase in foul territory near the bullpen and can't get to it. It drops in, and Manis will get another opportunity here. Well, you know what? In the big leagues, you're hitting number 9 as the pitcher, so anything you get there is a bonus. Connor Manis is the leadoff hitter, so he's expected to come through in these situations for the Stangs.
There's more of a discussion now, especially in recent days, since Adam Wainwright got hurt for the Cardinals, about bringing the designated hitter to the National League.
Don't do it.
Especially with
what makes the National League the better league. They don't have the designated hitter. Here's the pitch, off speed, outside to the right-handed hitting Manis. Count goes 2-1. And Tauber, all kinds of gestures out there after not getting that call, Nathan. Did a double take to the home plate umpire, shook his head while standing on the mound. From the stretch, here's the pitch. In the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike now. You lose him, you go to the middle of the order. With more than 1 man on base. So you want to throw a strike here. You do not want to go to the number 2 hitter, Rademacher. But they're going to ball 4, not even close. So now runners at first and Brett Tauber has not been close on a pitch, Nathan, since he did not get that strike call that he was looking for.
No, but he showed some frustration there and maybe overthrowing a little bit now out of that frustration as Rademacher steps up to the plate second on this Munster team with 14 driven in on the year. He's got a good RBI situation.
Left-handed hitter. Takes inside for ball 1. Griffith with a 2-out opportunity here to pad their lead. And Griffith, the way they've been going lately, Nathan, the last thing they need is to get into a big hole. Their confidence right now is not at an all-time high. They need to stay close and keep themselves in fighting distance here. Tauber looks at second. Good lead. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball again. Misses up high, says the home plate umpire.
Again, Tauber does not like that call on the mound. I don't know if I can blame him on that one.
Well, but when you're not throwing strikes, you're not going to get the benefit of the border either, and he just needs to buckle down. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, center field, right at Tazariel. Reaches up and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Griffith avoids the big inning here. Avoids the cricket number on the scoreboard. 1 run in the inning. There was... what do we have here? There was 1 base hit. Check that. There were 2 base hits in the inning, and there were 2 men left on base. At the end of 1.5, and we're going to keep it right here, Nathan. At the end of 1.5, it's Munster 2, Griffith nothing. All right, let's take a look here at who our participating sponsors and supporters are here at Region Sports Network. Coverage of high school baseball on the internet at regionsports.com and on the Key 90.5 FM. It starts with the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers, the MVP of MPGs. The Crowell Companies, your insurance superheroes. Berry Brothers, a tradition of quality and service since 1946. The Lake County Agents of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. McShane's Business Products and Solutions since 1921. Strachan Van Til, where fresh is more than just a word. Christensen Chevrolet in Highland, driving the American dream. The concussion clinics at Community Hospital in Munster and St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, design, and signs. State Farm agent Rich Allenbaugh, like a good neighbor. State Farm and Rich Allenbaugh are there. Morris Baseball and Softball Center providing elite instruction. The Randall K. Miss Accounting Group, putting the numbers to work for you. Jack's Warehouse, great entertainment for the whole family. Spitz Miller, Whitehaven's Insurance, the agency of choice. Triple Crown Baseball and Softball Academy, where the All-Stars train. Langle's Pizza in Highland, Cherville, and Crown Point. Trulux Car Wash in Griffith. all new state-of-the-art equipment at Trulux, and by the Town Club Restaurant, steak and seafood for over 60 years.
As well as Enbridge Energy. Life takes energy. They're right here in Griffith.
Absolutely, they are. There's a pitch inside. Brett Tauber leads things off here. 2-0 our score in favor of the Mustangs. Connor Manis on the hill. Swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Nathan, I didn't check the temperature here, but it's a beautiful day. Just a slight breeze here. Not a cloud in the sky. Plenty of sunshine. This is baseball weather in the Calumet region this time of year. You can't ask for anything better.
It is 55 degrees as of right now.
Ground ball coming off the mound right side is Connor Manis. He takes it on the hop, throws over to the first baseman for the first out of the inning. One down.
Second baseman, number 11, Julian Rutherford.
Glad we're getting this one in today. Rain in the forecast tomorrow. Just looking at that, about a 40% chance of rain tomorrow. So glad we're getting this one in today.
Now, no rain today. There is not a cloud around. It's a beautiful late afternoon, early evening for baseball. Pitch inside to Julian Rutherford, the second baseman for Griffith. Manis works real quick. There's a pitch outside. There should be a mandatory 10-second rule between pitches, Nathan, when we're doing a broadcast. I can't talk this fast. There's a pitch inside for a ball. 2-1 the count.
There is no hesitation at all with Connor Manis. It's a Mark Burley-like pace.
Pitch upstairs for a ball now. 2-2.
They're going to say it's 3-1, actually.
Mentioned the key to the Munster success this season. We talked about the coaches, Hall of Famer Bob Schinken, the head coach, and, of course, first base coach Jeff Rosen, who's been here for a while, parent of former Mustang Mike Rosen. Ground ball in the hole between first and second. Julian Rutherford is on with a single. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Matt Pataki, batting for Brian Smith, the left fielder. Bob Schinken, a wise move to add former RSN announcer John Premitz to the coaching staff here, making all the difference with the program there. Although Griffith here, I wasn't sure it was the same guy until I went up and saw him personally, because Griffith has him listed here as John Premtez.
I'm sure John pointed that out to you as well. He made sure he mentioned that.
Throw over to first, runner back. Boy, Connor Manis is so quick. The base runner's standing on first, and he panicked when the throw came over there. That's how quick he's getting it across. Barely a step or two off is the runner. It's another off-speed pitch. Catches the outside corner of the plate for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. 2-0 our score in favor of the Mustangs. 2-3-0 for Munster. 0-1-2 for Griffith. There's a pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. Pataki is out on strikes. And that brings up Denny Colomas, the third baseman. Denny, this is his first game up? Third game? Okay. Played some JV earlier this season. Gets a chance now with the big club here, playing at third base.
He's got 1 hit and 5 official at-bats. This is his 8th plate appearance.
You know, the great thing about being 1 for 5, you're only hitting 200, but with a base hit, Nathan, you're hitting 333. And if you maintain that pace, Nathan, you're going to have a nice career. Manis has the signal now from Alex Miss, his catcher. Fastball at the knees for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Joe Bryant, Nick Fromm, Patrick Burke, the outfield left to right for the Mustangs. Here's the pitch from Manis. Swung on and missed a high fastball. Colomas swung through it for strike 3. That'll end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left, or 1 left rather, at the end of 2 complete. It's the Munster Mustangs 2, the Griffith Panthers nothing. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Trulux Car Wash in Griffith is the all-new state-of-the-art car wash. Located at 213 East Ridge Road, Trulux is environmentally friendly. A complete service car wash, Trulux also offers interior and exterior detailing. To find out more about car wash packages, club memberships, and new car specials, the website is truluxcarwash.com. That's Trulux carwash.com. Trulux Car Wash is open 7 days a week and is proud to offer brand name products like Rain-X, Blue Coral, and Armorall. Trulux Car Wash in Griffith.
Winning requires dedication and commitment, and so does making sure you have the proper insurance coverage. State Farm agent Rich Allenbaugh has been a dedicated member of our community and a State Farm agent since 1983, and he is committed to earning your business. Rich Allenbaugh and his team of insurance professionals can be reached at 923-3030 or online at richallenbaugh.com. That's richallenbaugh.com.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
Welcome back in, everybody, to this Region Sports presentation of high school baseball, brought to you by the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. ChevyDriveChicago.com is the website. 2-0 our score. We move to the top of the third. Griffith leads. Brett Tauber on the hill. At the plate, this is the number 2 hitter, Grant Rademacher.
This is actually Joe Bryant.
Check. I'm always off at the end of the inning, Nathan. I don't know how that happens. What did Rademacher do?
He flew out to center.
He did. All right. All right, Joe Bryant, the left fielder here. He doubled in the first inning, drove in a run. Here's the 1-0. Line smash, same spot as the last one. It's going to fall in. Won't travel quite as far, though. Line drive, base hit into left for Bryant. He's 2 for 2 on the day.
All 3 innings so far, Munster's had the leadoff batter on, and in the first 2 they came around to score. That's how you win baseball games, getting your first guys that are up on base and bring them around.
You can do it, definitely. That you can win a lot of ball games, Nathan, if you're scoring with your leadoff man on in every inning of the ball game. And Munster's threatening to do that again here. Runner at first, nobody out. In the middle of their order up, Trevor Brooks, the hitter. Trevor reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. We'll give you the Strachan-Van Til defensive alignments for Griffith here in a moment. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Fouled off, back here to the screen. Brian Smith, Josh Terzariel, and Amir Wright are the outfielders left to right for Brian Jennings, Denny Colomas, Joey Martosio, Julian Rutherford, and Anthony Quintero are the infield third to first with the battery of Brett Tauber and Robbie Hernandez. Here's the 1-1 now from Tauber. Breaking pitch, look like it slipped out of his hand, came in high. Two balls and one strike. Here's the kick and the pitch. Off speed in the dirt, bounces away. The catcher has it now, throws down to second. But the runner is in. Joe Bryant advances. We'll have to call that a wild pitch. It was in the dirt. Runner in scoring position now with nobody out. That takes away the double play opportunity. So again, Griffith defensively not doing themselves any favors. Here's a pitch, fly ball, right field, down the line. Looks like it's curving, foul. Nathan, this game kind of a synopsis of what we've been looking at from Griffith the last couple of weeks here. Line smash, left field line, fair ball. That's going to score the run. Bryant will come around. He'll walk in. That's going to be an RBI double for the cleanup man, Brooks. It's 3-0. And all 3 times, all 3 innings, the leadoff man, as Nathan pointed out, got on. All 3 times they've scored.
Alex Smith.
The hit parade continues here for the Munster Mustangs. They have hit Brett Tauber hard here. Only 3 runs so far, but when they have made contact, they've really smashed it.
Alex Smith, the hitter. Now, I was telling you an Alex Smith story. You know, he doesn't play football anymore, but how's this for your last football game as a sophomore? He gets in against Kankakee Valley, rushes 19 times for 198 yards, and says, you know what, Dad, I'm not going to play anymore.
Got to go out on a high note.
That's it. How are you going to do any better than that, right?
That's right.
As a sophomore, so the coaching staff was quite excited to see what they had coming back as a junior with Alex, but he decided to go straight to baseball, and that's all he's going to do. Line drive, smash, foul down the third base line. That was close. That would have scored a run. Still nobody out here. Munster poised for a big inning. Griffith needs to get some outs. From the stretch, Tauber checks second. Ground ball by Miss to short. Should be routine. Over to first base in time. Score that 6-3 on the putout. Martosio to Quintero. And there's one down now with a runner at second. Tommy DeCero, the hitter now.
He doubled and scored to lead off the second inning.
From the stretch now, Tauber has the sign from the catcher. Fastball, fouled out of play, right side.
And we talked last inning how quickly Connor Manis works on the hill. Tauber takes his time, very deliberate, out there on the mound, in no hurry at all.
Well, I think that oftentimes, too, with the pitcher is in relation to their situation in the game. When you're throwing strikes and lead and you want the ball and you want to keep throwing, in this case here, Tauber has struggled somewhat. I don't think he's pitched bad. His defense, of course, hasn't helped him. But to this point, he's been able to keep Munster to 1 run per inning when the opportunities in each were for more. But he's got his hands full here in the third. Ground ball, foul, smash down third. They're getting around early on the off-speed stuff he's throwing up there. Wind is blowing out to right. If you've never been to Griffith's baseball field here, home plate, the batter is facing the southeast direction. Former practice field for the Griffith football team, I'm told. Nathan, pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher. Otherwise, that would have been a wild one.
Yep, Tom Brake and I were talking about that the other day, and how much in better condition this field is in since it's no longer the football practice field.
Where did they move to? Did they move over to Berriger after that? I remember
they were for a little bit
there for years. It used to be hidden over there. There used to be more trees and bushes and stuff. Fly ball, left field, well hit, way back. Left fielder on the run near the warning track makes a nice running catch. Brian Smith had a long way to go, but that ball stayed up in the air. DeCero is retired on the fly out to left.
But a real nice play there by Brian Smith to track that one down. As soon as that came off the bat, I didn't think Smith had any shot at that one. I thought they were going to be trading places. The runner from home in second once again. Smith did a great job tracking that down, though.
The wind blowing in over the fence here to the third base line may have helped the defense on that one. Strike one. This is Nick Fromm, the center fielder. 2 out in the inning. Trezariel trying to keep, or rather, Tauber trying to keep this from being a big inning. Here's the step in the pitch. Breaking ball just misses. Again, Tauber's not doing himself any favors out there with his
body language
towards the umpire in relation to close calls that he's not getting the benefit of.
And the umpires see all of that.
Everybody sees it all. There's a pitch for a strike, but certainly, yeah, the umpires, you can't make the umpires too happy. Here comes the 1-2. Up high for a ball. Count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 out in the inning, runner on, runner in, 3-0 our score. Munster leads. Munster and Griffith going at it, a Northwest Crossroads Conference battle. The second of 2 here. Munster got the better of last night's game on Columbia Avenue, 10-0. Griffith still trying to score a run in this series. Fly ball, right field. Right fielder right has it. And that will end the inning. So Tauber able to keep Munster to 1 run again. So, and that 1 run came courtesy of 2 hits in the inning. There were no errors, and there was 1 man left on base. We'll go now to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Munster 3, Griffith nothing. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois.
Providing the most quality coverage in the insurance industry, Spitz & Miller Insurance Company has been serving clients throughout Northwest Indiana and Chicago's south suburbs since 1881. In 2014, the longtime Griffith Insurance Company merged with White & Havens, thus forming the Spitz Miller White Havens Insurance Agency. Still located in the heart of the Griffith Business District at 101 West Columbia Avenue, the newly formed company still offers coverage for business, home, auto, health, and life. Give Spitz Miller White Havens a call at 924-8700. That's 924-8700.
Jack's Warehouse, Northwest Indiana's newest indoor family fun center, is proud to sponsor sports on the Region Sports Network. Jack's Warehouse has fun activities for all ages, including go-karts, bumper cars, sky trail, laser tag, and an arcade. Jack's even has glow-in-the-dark mini golf. Located next to Omni on Route 41 in Schererville, Jack's has 6 party rooms available for events and parties. For more information, the website is jakswarehouse.com, and the phone number is 322-JAKS.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
Joey Martosio leads things off. No balls, 1 strike. There's a pitch over for a strike from Manis. It's now a no ball, 2 strike count to the number 9 hitter, Martosio, the shortstop. 3-0. Griffith trails Munster. Swung on and missed a high fastball. Martosio couldn't catch up to it. That's 1 down. We'll go to the top of the lineup where Amir Wright will come to bat. Stay tuned after the game. We'll name the Langle's Pizza Play of the Game, brought to you by Langle's Pizza, with locations in Highland, 2 in Schererville, and 1 in Crown Point. They're online at langlespizza.com. Here's the kick and the pitch. Outside to the left-handed hitting Amir Wright. We'll also name after the ball game the Berry Brothers blue-collar player of the game, underwritten by our friends at Berry Brothers. Ground ball, nice play by Manis. He'll take it, jog over to first, underhand it to the first baseman, Trevor Brooks, for the second out of the inning. Manis really fielding his position well, Nathan. That was a nice play there.
Yeah, both pitchers have had to make 2 defensive plays each so far in this one. Usually don't see that. Not even 3 full innings into a ball game.
That was a hot smash there, right back at him. It bounced high into his glove. And Robbie Hernandez now will step into the plate with 2 out and nobody on. Off-speed breaking ball, another knee buckler. Boy, that is a nice pitch, Nathan.
There's not much hitters are going to do with a pitch like that.
That looks painful up here, just watching it go down the strike zone. It's like, wow, what are you going to do with that? You can see, with the view we have, Nathan, we can see when that pitch leaves his hand, it's nearly unhittable. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Robbie Hernandez, the hitter, fastball by Manis. That's down low for a ball.
He's been better spotting that breaking ball today than he has with his fastball.
Yeah, his location has been fantastic today. There's a pitch inside. 3 balls now and 1 strike. The Strachan Van Til defensive alignment for Bob Schinken's Mustangs looks like this. Joe Bryant, Nick Fromm, and Patrick Burke are the outfielders left to right. Tom DeCero, Mike Madura, Grant Rademacher, and Trevor Brooks are the infielders, third to first, and Connor Manis and Alex Miss are the battery. There's ball 4. Robbie Hernandez draws a walk. The first of the game issued by Manis. Second of the game, check that.
Josh
Cesario, the hitter now, walked in the first inning. You're right.
the third base runner for Griffith in today's ball game.
Griffith now 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up with 2 out here. If they can get something going, or keep something going, I should say. They've got an opportunity to climb back in this ball game, but you're 3, 4, and 5 hitters. When you're trailing, Nathan, middle of a ball game, these guys got to come through for you with runners on. Tazariel needs to keep the inning alive and get it to the cleanup man, Anthony Quintero. Manis from the stretch, fastball inside. 1-1 to count.
And we were talking earlier how good he was with his control. Seemed to have lost some of that here in these last couple of batters, as Munster has the bullpen working.
Throw over to first, the runner back.
Trying to see who's down there in the pen for the Munster Mustangs. Looks like number 24, Brett Miller, warming up down the left field line.
From the stretch, Manis with the kick in the pitch, ground ball. Second baseman has it, picks it up, throws quick to first base to retire the side. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the 4th inning. The score remains Munster 3, Griffith nothing. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
McShane's Total Graphic Solutions puts your company name and logo on just about anything. We offer a full line of custom marketing products and services like custom imprinted mugs, pens, and magnets, quality employee apparel, with custom imprinting and embroidery, executive gifts, customer appreciation and gifts, and so much more. McShane staff can help you select the right items to help you achieve excellent results. McShane's 1-800-837-1400 or online at mcshanes.com. Misprint can help your team's identification with team banners, trading cards, personalized team posters, stickers, decals, and fundraising ideas too. Misprint has 2 locations, 8244 Calumet Avenue in Munster and in Hammond at 6931 Calumet Avenue. Both locations open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, and in Munster, Saturdays till noon. Online, it's misprintusa.com. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, designs, and signs. You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
Tonight's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Cherville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work for you. Their phone number, 219-864-8541. They're online at rkmissgroup.com. And Randy Miss happens to be my accountant, Nathan. If he can keep us in business, he must be doing something right.
Working some magic? Is that what you're saying?
Must be. I don't know how he does it. All right, we go to the 4th inning. 3-0. Munster with a run in each of the first 3. Courtesy of their leadoff man each inning. Let's see if that happens again. Taking a look here at the Strachan Van Til batting order for this inning here as we go to the 4th. Mike Schumlis, the designated hitter, followed by Patrick Burke, and then the top of the order, Connor Manis. Brett Tauber has the sign from his catcher. Here's the kick and the pitch. A bunt out in front of home plate to the pitcher's mound. Picks up, throws to first in time. Nice play by the first baseman over there, Anthony Quintero. That throw was to the inside portion of the bag, Nathan, where the runner was coming down. So a little bit of a distraction with that runner running at you like that full speed. But Quintero could make the play.
Once again, a pitcher being forced to defend his position there.
Score that 1-3 on the bunt. Number 9 hitter, right fielder Patrick Burke. Well, check that. He can't be the right. Oh, yep. He is the right fielder. It is Patrick Burke, correct. Ball 1 on that first pitch from Tauber. Kicking the pitch. That's also inside for a ball, now 2-0. When he's in the windup, it's a slow delivery, Nathan. Sort of pauses almost in midair, it looks like, as he kicks right there. Here's the pitch. Line smash to the shortstop. Martosio with a nice grab, reaching across his body to keep that ball from going into left field.
Top of the order.
A real hard hit ball there by Patrick Burke, and Martosio with a great reaction right off the bat to take a step to his right and reach out his glove and make the catch.
Top of the order, Connor Manis up. Manis has been on base twice. He reached on an error to open up the ball game and walked in his second at bat. Ground ball. Martosio has it in the hole, throws over to first. First baseman comes off the bag and makes the tag to retire the side. The first 1-2-3 inning for the Panther D in the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It's Munster 3, Griffith nothing. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's game is being underwritten by your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agents in Lake County. Different drivers require different kinds of car insurance. Coverage from house to house isn't always the same. And life policies vary too. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County is proud to in part underwrite high school sports on 90.5 FM WRTW The Key. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County.
Triple Crown All-Stars Baseball and Softball Academy in Cherville is a year-round instructional facility featuring a fully AstroTurf building for team practice, batting cages, infield, and pitching mounds. The staff at Triple Crown features years of professional instruction in hitting, pitching, and fielding for both baseball and softball. Triple Crown All-Star Baseball and Softball Academy is located at 2208 US 41 in Cherville, and the number to call to make a reservation is 219-864-0711. The website is triplecrownallstars.com.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM The Key.
All right, we're back out here at Griffith High School. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. 3-0 is our score in favor of the Mustangs. Connor Manis nearly unhittable. Between tonight and last night, if I've got it right here, Nathan, how many hits do you have the Panthers for? The one. They got one yesterday and one today, so those bats need to bust out. And there's one up the middle, first pitch. All right, so they're off the one mark here. Quintero comes through with the second hit of the game for the Panthers. They've got the leadoff man on, and they need to make something happen. Brett Tauber, the hitter now.
Quintero coming out very aggressive in that bat, not letting Manis get in any sort of groove.
Julian Rutherford will follow. Matt Pataki is in the hole. Said it before, we'll say it again. It's an absolutely gorgeous, perfect weather day for baseball here. You never know in the region what you're going to get on a spring day. You never know from morning to afternoon. It could change that drastically. But had a beautiful day all day today, and it is holding true right now. So if you're looking for something to do and you're close by, come on out, catch the last couple innings here. Who knows? Griffith catches them. We could be playing for a while. I got no problem with extra innings. There's a pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Munster no longer has anybody warming up down the left field line. From the stretch, here's Manis. Quick throw to first. The runner Quintero dives back in. Stay tuned after the ball game. Nathan, we've got to name the Lantern Man superhero of the game. It's brought to us by the Crowell Insurance Office on Kennedy Avenue. Also locations in Maryville and Michigan City. There's a pitch swung on and missed. 2-1 the count. Connor Manis certainly making a case for it here.
Yep.
Manis now has the sign he wants. Here's the pitch. Woo, line drive down the first base line. First base coach has to jump out of the way of that one.
Almost got Drew Martin, the first base coach there for the Griffith Panthers.
Third baseman for Munster in on the grass. 2-2 the count now. Pitch up high for a ball. 3-2. So, yeah, that control that Manis had command of early on is eluding him at least a little bit
slipping
here.
Away.
Griffith needs base runners. They need patience at the plate when Manis is not throwing strikes, and when he is, they need to be aggressive. Guess that means if you get a strike first pitch, swing away, and if you get ahead in the count, try to stay there. Make the pitcher work a little bit. Don't help him out. Pitch fouled out of play, back over our heads. I got nobody out. I hear somebody yell 1 out.
Probably because of the foul ball. 4 outs.
Leadoff hitter on with a single for Griffith. Fastball up high. Misses for a ball. 3-2 the count. Well, man, it's working a little bit slower this inning. There's a pitch down low. He misses for ball 4, and Griffith with an opportunity for a rally now. First 2 guys up are on base with nobody out. Bob Schinken's calling time. He's going to come out and have a word with his pitcher.
Now, Griffith had 2 total base runners coming into this inning. Now their first 2 hitters in this bottom of the 4th are on themselves. It's a great opportunity for the Panthers to get back into this ball game.
Well, now it's the bottom half of the order that needs to come through. Julian Rutherford, he'll be followed by the shortstop Pataki, and then Denny Colomas will bat after that. Joey Martosio is in the number 9 position, and if Griffith can continue to get base runners, we should see all of these guys come to bat for the Panthers here as they try to make a game of it. The confab on the mound is all over. Bob Schinken, a slow walk. You know who he reminds me of?
Lou Piniella?
No, he reminds me of Paulie from Goodfellas. Does he not? And Paulie walked about that speed, if you remember, and was built very similar.
Okay. I thought we were going with a baseball reference. That's why I guess Lou Piniella.
Yeah, he's got some Lou in him.
Not as volatile, though.
Here's a bunt. First base side goes foul. Julian Rutherford, the sophomore. I think that's a sophomore. He might be a junior. Let me double check that.
He's a freshman.
Freshman, okay. Just a freshman. How about that? More common these days than it used to be. In my day, I don't even remember anybody even considering playing varsity sport as a freshman. Here's another bunt right back this way. He's put himself in an 0-2 hole now. Brian Jennings may call the bunt off. Brian not flashing any signs down there in third. Is he doing the modern thing
They have
now?
the armbands.
I'm going to comment on that in a minute here. There's a ground ball smash. Shortstop has it. Takes a while to get there. Throw to second in time. Relay to first in time. Oh, my. Oh, what a big double play that was for Munster. Score at 6-4-3. A slow hit ground ball, Nathan, that took forever to get to the shortstop, who was waiting for the ball. He didn't even charge it. He underhanded it over to second base, who then turned and threw in time to get Rutherford. Ground ball smash to first. First baseman bats it down, has it, wins the race to the bag, and just like that, a promising inning is all over for the Panthers. Give credit to the defense of the Munster Mustangs in this inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We're going to go to the 5th inning now. It remains Munster 3, Griffith nothing here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to be contributing members of the community here in Northwest Indiana. Your local Chevy dealers also pride themselves on their commitment to help you find a vehicle of your choice at a Chevy dealer near you. Our website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. Once again, that's ChevyDriveChicago.com. We look forward to serving you. Chevy runs deep.
At the Crowell Companies, our customers are more than just numbers on a ledger or anonymous people who sign up online. Our customers are the families we see at the ball fields, the grocery store, and all around the community. That's because for nearly 50 years, the Crowell Companies have been part of the community right here in Northwest Indiana, offering personalized custom services that only a local company can provide. For home, auto, and business insurance, it's the Crowell Companies, 923-2131, and online at crowellinsurance.com. The Crowell Companies, home of the insurance superheroes.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
Well, Welcome back into the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school baseball here on the Region Sports Network. Alongside Nathan Laird, I'm Chris Ramirez. This is Region Sports coverage. What is this, game 4 of the season for us, Nathan, of the broadcast schedule?
This is game number 4 or 5. 5, I believe.
3-0 our score. Munster leads. They're at bat here. Ground ball to second baseman. Oh, my. Right underneath the second baseman's glove, Julian Rutherford. He may still have that double play he hit into on his mind.
Left fielder number 1, Joe Bryant.
That'll bring up Joe Bryant. Munster again with the leadoff batter reaching base. Second time it's been courtesy of an error. Joe Bryant now steps up. Right-handed hitting left fielder. You know, I would say that with the exception of the errors and the fact that Munster's got a key hit when they've needed it, other than that, it's been a pretty evenly played ball game. Griffith doesn't make those defensive errors.
Nope.
I don't know that we're seeing anything on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Brett Tauber has pitched pretty well, and we're talking about our Carl Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. I think Tauber's making a case to be that Berry Brothers blue-collar player of the game.
I would agree. From the stretch, here's Tauber with a runner at first. Takes his time. Ground ball, high hopper to the shortstop. Over to second for one. The relay not in time. But Griffith does manage to get the lead runner. Score that 6-4 on the fielder's choice putout to retire Rademacher. Bryant is at first on the fielder's choice, and that brings up Trevor Burks, the hard-hitting first baseman for the Mustangs. Oh, it's good to be out doing baseball again, Nathan.
It's fun. It's one of my favorite sports to broadcast here, just 'cause get the nice weather.
Ground ball over to third, has it, throw to second in time, relay to first, a double play around the horn, your traditional 5-4-3 right there, and that ends the inning. So no runs, no hits, one error, and nobody left. We're going to go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. It's 3-0 in favor of Munster here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Over the past 65 years, Enbridge has become a leader in the safe and reliable delivery of energy in North America. Enbridge is proud to be recognized by Selective as one of the Global 100 most sustainable corporations in the world. Enbridge is also proud to be a part of the community of Griffith and Northwest Indiana and wishes best of luck to both teams in today's game. For more information on Enbridge's projects and commitment to community outreach, the website is enbridge.com. Enbridge, life takes energy.
Winning requires dedication and commitment, and so does making sure you have the proper insurance coverage. State Farm agent Rich Allenbaugh has been a dedicated member of our community and a State Farm agent since 1983, and he is committed to earning your business. Rich Allenbaugh and his team of insurance professionals can be reached at 923-3030 or online at richallenbaugh.com. That's richallenbaugh.com.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
Welcome back here to the high school baseball coverage by the Region Sports Network. That's brought to you courtesy of the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers and all of the Region Sports Network family of sponsors and underwriters. We'll tell you all who they are again at the end of the ball game. Nathan Laird, along with yours truly, Chris Ramirez, bringing you the action here from Griffith High School. It's 3-0 as we move to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Munster has led from the very beginning, and they lead now. This is Denny Colomas at the plate, the third baseman, number 8 hitter in the lineup for Brian Jennings. Denny in an 0-2 hole here. Manis working quickly again when he throws strikes. There's a pitch outside.
Colomas, Martosio, and Wright are the scheduled hitters for Griffith.
Continue to check our website, regionsports.com. We're adding games. It's baseball. We kind of do it on a day-to-day basis. There's a pitch in the dirt. It's going to be a drop third strike. Colomas is tagged by the catcher. Alex Miss on the play.
Shortstop number 10, Joey Martosio.
Joey Martosio, the shortstop, now steps in 0-for-1 of the ball game. Pitch by Manis, a fastball at the knees for a strike. I was saying, check our website for our broadcast schedule. If it's a nice day and we get the urge, we'll go out and call a game. We might not make that decision until 2 o'clock in the afternoon sometime, Nathan.
It's one of the beautiful things about baseball is you can just grab the gear, head out, and go to a game.
Well, it seems the more we plan ahead, the
less the weather cooperates.
Yep. Pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 the count now.
Doing a couple games a week for the last couple weeks here.
Starting to get in the groove. There's a pitch fouled off. We used to do quite a bit. Used to do baseball almost on a daily basis for years, and then the recession really took its toll on baseball. The advertisers just dried up there for a while, but they're starting to come back. There's a pitch swung on and missed in the dirt. Going to be the second drop third of the inning. Martosio is retired. 2 down. We go to the top of the order and Amir Wright. It's the bottom of the 5th. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Munster. No runs, 2 hits, 3 errors for Griffith, and that's kind of been the tale of the Panthers here recently. The defensive woes have sent the Panthers into a bit of a tailspin. Highly ranked in the state just a couple of weeks ago. They're still ranked, but
they're getting votes. I believe they are 14th or 15th in Class 3, and I think that shows a lot of respect for the program that Coach Jennings has built here at Griffith, that they can go through a down period like this and other coaches around the state still think that highly of them.
Well, Griffith needs a win. If they get one today, they're back at 500. Ground ball smash in the hole between first and second. Griffith has a 2-out base runner. Amir Wright gets a base hit to keep the inning alive, and that'll bring up a Robbie Hernandez. No wind at all now, Nathan. We mentioned earlier a fly ball to right could get some help. But that's not going to be the case now. The wind is not going to help or hurt a fly ball at this point.
Yeah, it's really died down here in the last inning or so.
And just about 52 degrees right now, but without the wind, it's very comfortable. Manis from the stretch, kicking the pitch. Fly ball swung on first pitch. It's a pop-up, actually, it looks like. Third base side, it's going to drop. Third short, and left field came in, and I don't know if – I think the third baseman might have had a problem with that in the sun. The sun coming in over the fence to the first base side, over the first base bleachers. So the third baseman and left field are looking into the sun this time of day. And the kid was right next to it, and he never even reached out his glove for it, and it landed about a foot from him. So that's my guess is that he just didn't see it. He knew it was around somewhere, but nobody could make a play. So Griffith gets a break.
And with 2 outs, Amir Wright was running from first the whole way. He's at third.
Griffith needs to take advantage here of the break they just got. It's a base hit all the way for Hernandez. Throw over to first, runner back. Runners at the corners with 2 out. You've got your number 3 hitter, Josh Terzariel, up. And there's a reason you're in the number 3 position, because you can drive in runs in these situations, Nathan, or at least that's what you're expected to do. Let's see if Josh can come through.
Terzariel with 12 RBIs on the season, behind only Amir Wright and Cody Hosey.
Of course, Hosey not being in the ball game, that definitely is taking its toll on Griffith.
Yeah, there's a kid who's hitting 500 on the year.
You got a kid going to Tulane.
Yeah, slugging 762.
Yep, you got a kid going to Tulane and he's not in the ball game. That could cause some adverse effects, but I don't think that's the entire reason that Griffith is in the tailspin they're in right now.
Now the pitching.
They need to play defense.
Yeah, the pitching has really hurt him, but that's stepped up today.
Pitch inside for a ball. Terzariel's worked the count even, 2-2 now. We got 2 runners on, I should say. 2-ball, 2-strike count with 2 out. Pitch here from Manis. Woo! Foul ball back to the screen. Manis was bringing the heat on that one. And Josh Terzariel swinging from the heels with everything he had.
He was looking to tie this ball game up on that swing.
Yes, he was. Here's the kick and the pitch. Woo! In the dirt for a ball. The count goes full, 3-2. Good patience up there. Good bat control by Terzariel. Looked at first like he wanted to go for it, but he held up.
Anthony Quintero's on deck for Griffith should Terzariel get on.
Potential tying run at the plate. Ball 4. Potential tying run now goes to first. The bases are loaded for your cleanup hitter with 2 out late in the ball game.
Quintero 1 for 2 on the day. He singled his last time up. That was last inning to lead off the 4th. But a great opportunity here for Quintero.
Q, as he's known, definitely stepped up during the basketball season, hit several clutch 3-pointers here. If he gets a 3-pointer on this one, Nathan, we're all tied up.
Connor Mann is still really struggling with his control.
Bases full of Panthers, bottom of the 5th. 3-0, Munster leads. Connor Manis with the sign. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball over for a strike. That'll even the count at 1-1. Manis has the sign, kicking the pitch, a fastball, fouled off. Back this way. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out in the inning, and the bases are full of Griffith Panthers. Big pitch coming here from Manis. Here's the kick. Here it is. Check swing in the dirt. Drop third strike. The catcher, Alex Smith, steps at home plate to end the inning.
5, Munster 3, Griffith.
And all that hope ends up with our third strike of the inning, Nathan.
Wow.
All 3 Griffith Panther hitters retired on drop thirds, and Brian Jennings walking back to his dugout from the third base coaching box in a very slow manner. We're going to end it this inning here with no runs. 3 men left on base. There were 2 hits and a walk in the inning. We'll go to the 6th, 3-0 Munster on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Trulux Car Wash in Griffith is the all-new state-of-the-art car wash. Located at 213 East Ridge Road, Trulux is environmentally friendly. A complete service car wash, Trulux also offers interior and exterior detailing. To find out more about car wash packages, club memberships, and new car specials, the website is TruluxCarWash.com. That's Trulux carwash.com. Trulux Car Wash is open 7 days a week and is proud to offer brand name products like Rain-X, Blue Coral, and Armor All. Trulux Car Wash in Griffith.
Strachan Van Til is a full-service grocery and fresh food store committed to the complete satisfaction of you, our customers. We provide you with a friendly shopping experience in a clean, safe environment. Strachan Van Til remains dedicated to the communities we serve by supporting organizations and events that enhance the quality of life, like Region High School Sports on WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key. To learn more about Strachan Van Til, we are on the web at strachanvantil.com. Quality service and selection. It's a Strachan Van Til thing. You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
Welcome back into the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school baseball here. The MVP of MPGs are the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers, and we thank them for their support. Last few years now, they have been with us start to finish on all of our broadcast coverage. Other sponsors include the Crowell Companies, Berry Brothers, McShane's Business Products, the Lake County Agents of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, Strachan Van Til, the Christensen Chevrolet in Highland, the Concussion Clinic in Community Hospital Munster and St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart, Misprint in Munster, State Farm Agent Rich Allenbaugh in Highland, the Morris Baseball and Softball Center, Randall K. Miss Accounting Group, Jack's Warehouse, Spitzmiller Whitehaven's Insurance, Triple Crown Baseball and Softball, Langle's Pizza, Trulux Car Wash, Town Club Restaurant, and Enbridge Energy, all sponsoring high school baseball today and this spring on the Region Sports Network. There's a pitch inside to Alex Miss. He gets beaned. Well, yeah, Bean would be a tough. I wouldn't.
Hit by the pitch.
Hit by the pitch is better. Beaned is really more when you get nailed in the noggin. Runner at first here, and Miss will come out of the ball game for a runner.
Running first base, number 10, Jimmy Dellis.
Jimmy Dellis is the courtesy runner there.
So Munster, another leadoff batter reaches base here. It's happened, I believe, in every inning but one.
That's 5 out of 6 innings now. All three runs have been the leadoff batter.
Yep, from the stretch. A familiar position here for Tauber. There's a bunt up the third base line. It's a good one. The throw will have to be to first. It's there, but it pulls the first baseman off the bag just as the runner was arriving. That's going to be an E on the throw. We've got to score that an E5.
Fielder number 21, Nick Fromm.
Dellis now at second. DeCero at first, reaching on the E.
That was a real good sack bunt there by DeCero. Put it in a perfect position. Third baseman couldn't make the throw as Fromm again shows bunt in this at-bat.
Pitch in the dirt. Nice play by the catcher. Robbie Hernandez to keep that from going back to the screen. Runners at first and second. Munster trying to seal the deal with a big inning here. Nobody out. There's a pitch. He swings through on a bunt. A bunt attempt, I should say. Fromm now with a 1-1 count. Smith, Terzariol, and right. The outfield left to right. Colomas, Martosio, Rutherford, and Quintero third to first. There's a pitch bunted foul in front of the Munster dugout. The battery, Brett Tauber and Robbie Hernandez. That is the Strachan Van Til defensive alignment here for Griffith in the 6th inning. Strachan Van Til. Built around you. Want to thank Jeff Strack personally. Jeff Strachan Van Til been with us for a long time. Stepped away for a while and had a meeting with Jeff Strack, and Jeff was kind enough to give us a vote of confidence and come on back with the basketball coverage and join us again for baseball here. Jeff Strack, by the way, a former Griffith athlete, Nathan. Played basketball for the Panthers.
I know he was a big fan of the tournament run that they made.
Indeed, he
was. All along the way.
A lot of proud Panthers from back in the day following that. Ground ball to short. Martosio has it. He'll double clutch, get it to third in time. Third baseman Colomes there to, well, he applied the tag, but it was a force. So that leaves runners at first and second. Fielder's choice. Score that
6-5.
6-5 on the putout. DeCero goes to second. Fromm is at first on the fielder's choice. And Schumlis, the designated hitter now, is the batter. Tauber from the stretch. Doesn't even check the runners. Now he does. Looks at second anyway. Ground ball under Colomas' gloves. Shortstop has it. Long throw, high throw. Pulls the first baseman off the bag. So it's going to be safe all around. How we scoring that, guys?
Give him a hit.
It's a long throw from the hole, so that's going to be a base hit. Bases are loaded.
Not sure if an accurate throw gets him there. With Martosio having to go back and back up Colomas, and after one under Colomas' glove, Martosio wasn't exactly set. I don't know if even an accurate throw would have gotten him there.
Patrick Burke, the number 9 hitter, at the plate with the bases full of Mustangs. 1 out in the inning. The infield drawn in at all 4 spots. Off-speed pitch misses to the outside. Ball 1. Tauber again not pleased with the call. He makes his feelings known when he doesn't get a strike call that he wants, or that he thinks should be. Here's the pitch. There's a ball down low. Misses 2-0.
Yeah, Chris, we got the bases loaded, 1 out, and according to my scorebook here, that was the first hit of the inning. We got the hit by pitch, an error on the third baseman, fielder's choice, and then that hit.
Well, here you go now. Munster with an opportunity to blow it open. Fly ball well hit down the right field line. If it stays fair, it's trouble. It is. Right fielder has it, drops it, kicks it. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. They're going to hold the runner coming around third. Wow, I thought the way that ball hit a mere right and bounced away from him into the corner and right, I thought another run would be able to score on that, but Bob Schinken decided with only 1 out in the middle of his order up, or the top of his order coming up, to go ahead and hold the runner. It's now 5-0, and that'll bring Brian Jennings out of the dugout. He's taken the ball from the hand of Brett Tauber. Brett will stay in the ball game, and he is going to the outfield. Not sure who came in yet.
Brian Smith is now out of the ball game.
Brian Smith, the left fielder, is out. We see who came in to throw, guys?
Number 9, I think, Ryan Nunez.
Ryan Nunez coming in to pitch.
Nunez. N-U-N-E-Z. We'll give you the line on Tauber when we have it ready. Well, it's not even finished yet. He's still got 2 base runners he's responsible for. As of now, he's given up 5. Not sure how many of those are earned, though.
That last double hit by Patrick Burke, that's the 5th double of the game by the Munster Mustangs.
Well, between the doubles and the errors, Munster has a 5-0 lead.
5 runs on 7 hits, no errors for the Mustangs. No runs, 4 hits, 4 errors for the Griffith Panthers. As Ryan Nunez takes his warm-up pitches.
Kind of hard to believe. You look at that scoreboard. No runs, 4 hits, and 4 errors for Griffith.
And 2 runs have scored here in this inning for Munster. Still runners on 2nd and 3rd. Again, just the 2 hits for the Mustangs in this inning.
All right, Nunez. He's got his warm-ups in.
Nunez.
All right, so Brian Smith is out of the ball game. Who goes to left? Is that Tauber?
Stays in the game at right, and Amir Wright will move over to left.
Tauber's going to move to right. Amir Wright's going to move to left.
Let me see if I've got this right. Amir Wright goes from right to left. And the pitcher, Tauber, goes from the mound to right.
Yes.
So Wright goes from right to left.
You're going to confuse me there.
All right, we're all set here. The pitch swung on, fly ball. Late jump on it by Wright. Shortstop coming over, down the line. Is it caught? A diving, sliding play. I think he made the catch.
He did. He made the catch.
That ball hung up there forever, allowing Amir Wright, who just got over to left field, come and make that play. He got a bad jump on it. I don't think he either wasn't ready or didn't see it coming off the bat immediately, but recovered. He's got great speed. He had a long run, and then he made a sliding catch and caught the ball right before it hit the ground. Nice play.
Saving a run. That's a candidate for our Langle's Pizza play of the game.
It is indeed. Ground ball down the first baseline, foul. 2 out in the inning. That saved a run.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. Yep. Probably 2. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Righty versus lefty matchup. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Two on, 2 out. No balls and 2 strikes the count. 2 runs in. 5-7-0 for Munster, 0-4 and 4 for Griffith. There's a pitch way outside and high, 1-2. A lot of room down that left field line if Burke can go the other way. Other than that, the defense straight away in the outfield. Off-speed pitch, up high, just misses. 2-2 the count now.
Yeah, that one barely missed.
Yeah, Nathan, that catch by Wright out there, that is definitely a leading candidate for our Langle's Pizza play of the game. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. The inning is over.
2 runs,
but not before the Mustangs plate 2 runs. We'll go to the bottom half of the 6th. It's Munster 5, Griffith nothing here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Concussions occur when trauma to the head or spine temporarily interferes with brain function. Seeking medical care as soon as possible is important in making a full recovery and reduces the risk of developing long-term problems. The concussion clinics at Community Hospital in Munster and St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart have a team of medical professionals experienced in evaluating and treating concussions. If you have a head or neck injury, don't wait. Head to the experts. For a head injury on the field, the court, or the ice, the phone number of the concussion clinics is 219-836-4461. Providing the most quality coverage in the insurance industry, Spitz & Miller Insurance Company has been serving clients throughout Northwest Indiana and Chicago's south suburbs since 1881. In 2014, the longtime Griffith Insurance Company merged with White & Havens, thus forming the Spitz Miller White Havens Insurance Agency. Still located in the heart of the Griffith Business District at 101 West Columbia Avenue, the newly formed company still offers coverage for business, home, auto, health, and life. Give Spitz Miller White Havens a call at 924-8700. That's 924-8700.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
We're going to the sixth inning out here at Griffith High School. The bottom of the sixth, that is. It's 5-0 in favor of Munster. Connor Manis pitching a shutout here. Munster, 2 straight days they have kept Griffith at goose eggs on the scoreboard. Nothing but donuts up there for the home team. They'll try to change that here. Leading things off, it's Brett Tauber, the number 5 hitter. He'll be followed by Julian Rutherford and Matt Pataki. That is the Strachan Van Til batting order for this inning. Scheduled batting order, at least. Griffith in the midst of a losing streak that they're trying to shake off. Pitch inside. Munster, on the other hand, has played pretty well this year, although Morton had their number the other night, Friday over there at Hessville High.
I believe they were at the Steel Yard the other night during that shutout.
Was that where that was?
Yep.
Ground ball past the pitcher. Second baseman has it. He'll make a quick throw in time to retire Tauber. 1 down, put it 4-3 in the book. Munster with a couple of night games coming up. They've got Portage, back-to-back night games, Nathan. Portage coming up. And then the following night they'll be playing TF South, a Friday, Saturday, a couple of 7 o'clock starts for the Mustangs under the lights at Mike Nixick Memorial Field. That'll be on the 15th and 16th of May. We may do one of those ball games, Nathan. I'm thinking that
Sounds
Friday
good.
night game.
Yep.
Against Portage. Portage struggling a little bit this year, but Tim Porowski's really got that program turned around.
That's who these Griffith Panthers have tomorrow.
Ground ball out in front of home plate, rolls foul down the first base line. 1-1 the count. The season well underway. The calendar getting ready to change to May. Generally when that happens, the weather gets a little nicer and the baseball gets a little better, Nathan. Kind of tough to play sometimes in April when it's 42 degrees and
this will be the final meeting
bad
between
weather.
This will be the final meeting between these two this year.
Line smash, second baseman goes back, comes in and makes the catch. Looked like it was hit a little harder coming off the bat at first. Second baseman took a step back and realized that he needed to quickly come in to make the play, and he did. So that'll be a line drive to the second baseman, unassisted, and now Matt Pataki is the hitter. There's a pitch inside. Manis has the sign from miss. Here's the pitch. Over for a strike, says the home plate umpire. Is that Rick Parker, by the way, guys? It is indeed. Rick Parker, the home plate umpire. Also does some football officiating. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Manis has it. Throws over to first. A real easy 1-2-3 inning. Pataki is retired 1-3, and we'll go to the seventh. Munster 5, Griffith nothing. Right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Jack's Warehouse, Northwest Indiana's newest indoor family fun center, is proud to sponsor sports on the Region Sports Network. Jack's Warehouse has fun activities for all ages, including go-karts, bumper cars, SkyTrail, laser tag, and an arcade. Jack's even has glow-in-the-dark mini golf. Located next to Omni on Route 41 in Schererville, Jack's has 6 party rooms available for events and parties. For more information, the website is jakswarehouse.com, and the phone number is 322-JAKS.
Morris Baseball and Softball Center, a new baseball and softball development program in Northwest Indiana, provides instruction for aspiring athletes. The staff at Morris Baseball and Softball Center has over 95 years of combined professional experience, and they provide instruction which includes game-tested methods used by major league teams. Located inside Omni 41 in Schererville, Morris Baseball and Softball provides disciplined, well-organized practices and places players at highly competitive opportunities to achieve success. For more information on Morris Baseball and Softball, the phone number is 227-5250, and the website is morrisbaseballcenter.com.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
We go to the 7th inning. Munster with a 5-0 lead here. They've been in command from the very beginning. Scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the sixth. And that's where we stand, 5-0. They've outscored Griffith 15-0 yesterday and today, and Griffith has just 5 hits. And we are in the 7th, leading things off here, Joe Bryant. My book is way out of order.
Yeah, we got Joe Bryant, Trevor Brooks, and Alex Smith, the scheduled hitters.
I think I credited Pat Burke with a strikeout to end that last inning. That was not the case. Ground ball to the shortstop. Martosio has it, throws over to first. Close play in time.
First base is number 14.
Martosio had an
Trevor
error
Brooks.
to early in this ballgame to the first hitter of this ballgame, but he's played a real nice shortstop since that error to open up this ballgame.
The Griffith JV is in the house. How'd you guys do today, boys? Took one on the chin to the Mustangs.
Okay, let's see. Here we go.
Here's the kick and the pitch. Popped up, right side. Actually a fly ball. It's going to go to the straightaway outfield to Brett Tauber out there in right, who makes the catch. One pitch is all it took to retire Trevor Brooks.
Yeah, that one carried a lot farther than I thought it was going to when it came off his bat. I thought that was a pop-up the second baseman was going to be able to handle easily.
How did I get my book all messed up? Alex missed the hitter.
I already know it's been out here a while. How about this? Whose is this? How about this one?
We're in the 7th. Miss takes one for a strike.
Okay. How about
Miss is a junior.
How about these? How about these? Greenland.
From the stretch with nobody on, here's the pitch in the dirt, off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike the count.
Okay, so these are Jalen Carter. Did somebody see the black shoes that were over here? Okay.
The Munster Mustangs and the Griffith Panthers going at it here from Griffith High School, the second of 2 games in this back-to-back series. There's a pitch, just misses on the outside corner. 2-1 to count.
As mentioned earlier, the last meeting between these two, but both of these two will host a lot of postseason action. Griffith hosting the sectional and the regional. Munster hosting sectional number 1 once again in Class 4A.
Ground ball, shortstop. Martosio has it, throws over to first in time, a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the 7th now. Griffith needs 5 to tie. They get 6, they win it. We're back with the finish right after this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hey, it's Tara for Christensen Chevy. Christensen Chevrolet is a local family-owned and operated Chevrolet dealership celebrating over 60 years in the community, serving all of Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland. If you stop in, you can see why families and businesses have put their trust in us for generations. At Christensen, we have an enormous inventory of new Chevys with all of your favorite models in stock, ready for immediate delivery, because that's the Christensen way. We're Christensen Chevrolet, proud sponsor of our great local high school athletic programs on Indy Boulevard in Highland, or visit ChristensenChevy.com.
Sports in the region are about tradition, and since 1946, Berry Brothers in Hammond has built a tradition of quality and service. With a professionally trained sales staff, Berry Brothers offers a selection of quality American-made work boots, safety shoes, and apparel. Located on Indianapolis Boulevard, a half-mile north of Interstate 94, Berry Brothers is devoted to providing exceptional service to ensure the satisfaction of every customer. Berry Brothers is open 7 days a week, and gift certificates are available. The website is berrybros.com.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
We move to the bottom of the 7th inning. Nathan Laird with yours truly, Chris Ramirez. 5-0 our score in this Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers presentation of high school baseball. Denny Columbus is going to lead things off. Griffith needs a big inning. They have to put up 5 to keep it going. If they put up 6, they go home a winner. Here's a pitch inside. Oh, check that. Inside for a strike, I guess I should say.
He's hungry.
I looked away and I assumed that was going to be a ball.
A late break on that, apparently. Fastball up high. That'll even the count at 1-1. A reminder to check the Region Sports broadcast schedule on our website. Pitch swung on and missed, 1 and 2. We'll be adding games based on what we see might be a good matchup on any given day, and there's good weather. We might go out and do it. Here's the pitch, a fastball, swung on and missed. 1 down in the inning.
Also, for those broadcast updates, you can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Region Sports. You can follow us on Twitter at the RSN. That's THERSN.
Good call, Nathan. I forgot to mention that earlier. Manis winds up, throws, strike 1. This is Patrick Burke.
Yes,
Check that.
Joey Martosio.
Joey Martosio. I'm looking at the wrong side of my book here. That's why I folded over. I've got the official Region Sports Network Game Night Extra in my hand here. We'll have more of these this season, different locations. Strike 3 looking. 2 out in the inning. It'll bring up the top of the order and the last hope for the Panthers today. Left fielder Amir Wright.
Wright is 1 for 3 on the day. He singled back in the 5th, was stranded at third base.
Here's the pitch from Manis. Fastball outside to the left-handed hitting Amir Wright. Fastball up high for a ball. 2 out and a 5-run lead in the bottom of the 7th. Manis isn't messing around with anything off speed. He's throwing the heaters right now, Nathan. There's another one. Just misses though. 3-0. Three balls, no strikes to Amir Wright. Strike 1, Amir Wright taking all the way there. Ball 4, it misses. Griffith has a base runner.
Robbie Hernandez.
And that'll bring up Robbie Hernandez. 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Nathan. You know, the old saying in baseball, it ain't over till it's over.
Nope.
That only sport that really applies to, at least only team sport that I know of that it applies to, is baseball. And what that means is that there's no clock. You don't run out of time. You got to do your job and get the outs. Breaking ball over for a strike. Was that Yogi Berra that came up with that one?
He's got a million different sayings. You could always credit any baseball saying to him.
Pitch fouled off. 0-2 the count now. Griffith down to their last strike. Do you have a favorite Yogiism?
I'd have to think for a minute.
90% of the game is half mental. Well, if no one wants to go to the game anymore, you can't stop them.
That's a good. I haven't heard that one. That's a good one.
A nickel's not worth a dime anymore. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Nope, fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 out. Manis with the pitch. Check swing pop-up on the infield. Second baseman comes in, makes the catch, and the ball game is over.
No hits, 1 left.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. The final score here,
please drive safe on your way home. Don't forget
the Munster Mustangs 5, the Griffith Panthers nothing. We're back after this to wrap it up on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thank you for coming out.
Your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to be contributing members of the community here in Northwest Indiana. Your local Chevy dealers also pride themselves on their commitment to help you find a vehicle of your choice at a Chevy dealer near you. Our website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. Once again, that's ChevyDriveChicago.com. We look forward to serving you. Chevy runs deep.
Triple Crown All-Stars Baseball and Softball Academy in Cherville is a year-round instructional facility featuring a fully AstroTurf building for team practice, batting cages, infield, and pitching mounds. The staff at Triple Crown features years of professional instruction in hitting, pitching, and fielding for both baseball and softball. Triple Crown All-Star Baseball and Softball Academy is located at 2208 US 41 in Cherville, and the number to call to make a reservation is 219-864-0711. The website is triplecrownallstars.com.
Winning requires dedication and commitment, and so does making sure you have the proper insurance coverage. State Farm agent Rich Allenbaugh has been a dedicated member of our community and a State Farm agent since 1983, and he is committed to earning your business. Rich Allenbaugh and his team of insurance professionals can be reached at 923-3030 or online at richallenbaugh.com. That's richallenbaugh.com.
Over the past 65 years, Enbridge has become a leader in the safe and reliable delivery of energy in North America. Enbridge is proud to be recognized by Selective as one of the Global 100 most sustainable corporations in the world. Enbridge is also proud to be a part of the community of Griffith and Northwest Indiana and wishes best of luck to both teams in today's game. For more information on Enbridge's projects and commitment to community outreach, the website is enbridge.com. Enbridge, life takes energy.
You're listening to high school baseball coverage on the Region Sports Network and WRTW 90.5 FM, The Key.
And we're back to wrap things up here at Griffith High School. 5-0. Munster gets the whitewash victory here. It's 15-0 for Munster over Griffith in the last 2 days. So congratulations to Bob Schinken and his club. They continue to play well. On the other hand, Nathan, the Griffith Panthers, Brian Jennings' club here, they've got to figure out a way to stop this and get it turned around, and they got to do it quick.
That is 7 in a row now for the Griffith Panthers that they've come out on the underside of. They got the Portage Indians tomorrow, got to travel out to Portage. That's a winnable ball game for them, though, and I think they lose 5-0 today, but I think there were some things in today's ball game that they actually can build off of moving forward as they look to snap that losing streak.
You got to wonder, in Brian Jennings, 20 years or nearly 20 years here at Griffith, how many 7-game losing streaks he's had. I don't recall any off the top of my head, and I paid as close of attention to Griffith baseball my 15 years of doing this as I have probably any club. And if they have had one, it's not coming to mind. It doesn't happen often.
It does not happen often at all, if it's happened at all here at Griffith High School.
The line score in today's ball game. Well, the scoreboard is shut down here. Nathan, do you got it handy?
I do. We got 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Munster Mustangs, no runs, 4 hits, 4 errors for the Griffith Panthers.
The winning pitcher in today's ball game, Munster starter Connor Manis, who goes the distance. The losing pitcher in today's ball game, Brett Tauber, who got the start for Griffith. Do you have Brett's line? I don't have it, but I can tell you this. It's not going to be as bad as what the score would indicate. Griffith's defense with the 4 errors today definitely put their pitchers in a bind. Munster, as a matter of fact, one key stat, the first 3 innings of the ball game, they scored 1 run. It was the leadoff batter in every inning there who scored. It happened, I think, 4 times overall in the ball game.
Out of the 5 runs that Brett Tauber gave up, unofficially by my count, it looks like 3 of them were earned.
3 of them were earned. So that's not a bad
6
pitching.
6+ innings pitched.
Right. That's not a bad pitching performance at all. And really, depending, if we wanted to be, wicked step scorers, Nathan, we could probably find a couple of more questionable scoring judgments, let's say, in there.
Probably, but he wasn't aided out, in the 3rd inning. Gave up a leadoff single and right away threw a wild pitch, and then Trevor Burks hit an RBI double right away, so he didn't help his own cause there as well, with a couple wild pitches in this game from
But we can talk all we want about Griffith's struggles, but again, you got to give credit to the winning team. Munster, you beat a team 5-0. You get credit for it. Doesn't matter what the other team might have given you. Munster, a traditionally excellent baseball team, and my first look at them this year, and it looks like a typical Munster club, just in different jerseys.
15-0 over Griffith in this 2-game series. 6-0 now in the Northwest Crossroads Conference. Looks like it's going to be they have the lead in the conference play right now. They swept the season series over Hobart. That was huge because the Brickies would be contending for that title. We know Andrean has the one NCC loss. That was to the Griffith Panthers. So right now Munster sits alone atop the Northwest Crossroads standings.
All right. Well, Nathan, let's move along here and name our post-game award winners. We will start with the Lantern Man Insurance Superhero of the ball game, is brought to us by the Crowell Companies. This, of course, Nathan, the superhero is exactly what it sounds like, the star player of the game.
And that would be Munster starter Connor Manis, pitched the complete game shutout. I have him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts in today's ball game. So very impressive. Struggled with his command at times, but he only scattered the 4 hits. Again, those 9 strikeouts at the plate. He was 0 for 3, but he did draw a walk, and he reached on an error and scored in the first. So he contributed offensively as well, and when you have a dominant pitching performance like that as well as contributing offensively, that's a no-doubter for the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game.
Yeah, and he played well defensively, had several chances out on the mound, did very well, and I don't know that I would say he struggled with his control, but at times maybe his control wasn't as sharp as it had been in other times, but certainly he was in command. And with Munster having a lead in the ball game and Griffith just not being able to muster up any offensive threats whatsoever, to some degree a bit of a cakewalk out there.
Yeah, he didn't have to work too. He only had a couple situations that he had to get out of those jams.
So Connor Manis headed to Miami of Florida next year to pitch for the Hurricanes, is the Lantern Man Insurance Superhero of the ball game, and special thanks goes out to the Crowell Companies. They've been with the Region Sports Network, I think, going all the way back to 2007, Nathan, sponsoring this award and helping to make our coverage possible. So to Mr. Crowell, Tom Crowell, and brother Bob Crowell, hey, thank you guys very much on behalf of everyone at RSN and as well from our listening audience who appreciates the support that you guys help bring these games to the radio with. All right, Nathan, the next award, the Berry Brothers Blue Collar Award. We talk about long-term sponsors. The Berry Brothers store on Indianapolis Boulevard in Hammond, also been with the Region Sports Network for an extremely long time. We want to thank Rich Kaharski over there for all that he has done to make sure Berry Brothers continues to be a sponsor. And not only an advertiser, but they sponsor the blue-collar player of the game, Nathan, sort of the antithesis somewhat of the superhero. That's the guy who the big spotlight is shining on. This here is for the guys maybe that you don't see their name in the headlines in the newspaper, or people aren't going out after the ball game talking about what a performance this kid had. It's the hardworking kid, the blue collar, the guy who gets the nitty-gritty stuff done.
Well, the Crowell Company superhero went to the winning pitcher. This Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player Award is actually going to go to the pitcher who takes the loss today. That's Brett Tauber of the Griffith Panthers. And even though he takes the loss on paper, he kept his team in this ball game. Held a Munster offense that scored 10 yesterday to just 3 runs for a vast majority of this ball game. Kept his team in it with a gritty pitching performances. Got out of a couple jams himself, and he wasn't happy with the strike zone today. You could see that with his body language there on the mound, but he kept fighting and kept his team in this ball game, and that's the kind of gritty performance that earns you this award.
And Brett Tauber, therefore, is the Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the game. Blue collar, indeed. Berry Brothers serving the Calumet region and the working man since 1946. All right, one last thing, Nathan. The Langle's Pizza play of the game. And you know what, Nathan? I'm thinking about a Langle's Pizza.
Sounds
after delicious.
The ball game. That sounds really good.
But a couple of choices here to consider, and I'm going to let you make the final call.
We're going to go back to the 4th inning when it was a 3-0 ball game. The Griffith Panthers got first 2 base runners on. Anthony Quintero was at second. Brett Tauber was at first. Then Julian Rutherford hit a slow roller to the shortstop. Mike Madura made a nice flip to the second baseman, who made a real strong throw to get Rutherford by about half a step to really kill that Griffith rally and keep the Panthers off the scoreboard. That was Griffith's biggest threat in this ball game. And again, it was only a 3-0 game at that point. Well within reach for the Panthers, but that double play really shut things down. Well-turned double play combination between Madura at shortstop as well as the second baseman to set the Panthers down. That second baseman in the
Julian Rutherford.
Second baseman for
Munster's
Grant Rademacher.
Yep, I got the wrong sheet in front of me here. Yep, absolutely. Nathan, the Munster Mustangs now. And by the way, our Langle's Pizza play of the game brought to us by the 4 Langle's Pizza locations in Northwest Indiana, including Highland, 2 in Cherville, and 1 in Crown Point. Langle's famous pizza. The Munster Mustangs improved to 11-6 on the season. They're now 6-0 inside the conference. Griffith falls to 6-8 and 3-5 in the conference. And wow, Griffith has to. They got to get this turned around quickly. It's going to be tough. They've got Portage tomorrow on the road. Munster, on the other hand, Nathan, coming up. They've got plenty of victories in front of them, but you know what? A tough schedule nonetheless. Bishop Knoll 2 days from now on Thursday. Then next week, Kankakee Valley back-to-back and Drayen back-to-back after that. So some tough games coming up for Munster, but this is a team that's playing well and should continue to put up W's as they go.
Yeah, it's got to be a fun team to watch going forward. Usual Munster team, great pitching, real solid fundamentals.
All right, well, that's going to do it here, Nathan, unless you've got any final thoughts that you want to bring to the audience here.
For Griffith, as we mentioned, got to get out of that 7-game skid now. But with the way they played today, I think on the road at Portage, they might be able to get the job done tomorrow night and that losing streak.
All right, well, I want to thank Brian Jennings and Bob Schinken, the 2 head coaches here today, for their help preparing